Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about vacation planning can sometimes be a zoo. I'm going to start off by sharing with you our plans for today. Little Bit had never been to see the zoo, and they had a deal where you could get it a bit cheaper prices because of the holidays. Now, we hadn't counted on it being so exhausted from the late night, from the fireworks the night before, and the lack of a nap from the little guy. Now, I think you might see where this might be headed, but we hope for the best and headed on out. We got our tickets for the zoo, and now a very tired toddler that wanted to have nothing to do with sitting in a stroller, and he started getting a bit cranky, and he was trying to look for some animals, which there weren't a lot to be found because they were all in the middle of their afternoon nap, which honestly I think we all needed to be having one. When there wasn't a whole lot to see at the zoo when whammo, an afternoon thunderstorm in central Florida. I think we should all have been prepared for that, but guess what? We weren't that day. So what were we going to do? Well, it turns out we decided to go into this little bear house. And personally, I think it turned out to be just as much, if not more meaningful than if we would have sat around and looked at it. Many beautiful animals as the zoo had to offer. And that's not knocking the zoo, but it turned out to be a wonderful bonding time. We ended up talking, having fun, laughing. A little bit, got to play in the rain a little bit. And then after that, we ended up finishing the day at the zoo down at the Dairy Queen. Then if we had our plans for the day, yeah, they got wrecked a little bit, but turns out that our perfectly imperfect day took a couple turns. We ended up having a perfect bonding day, and yeah, we're still going to go back to the zoo. He had a great time. We're going to have another great time at the zoo in the future. Now, the reason that I'm telling you about all this is that if we had our way about it, wouldn't have turned out great because we would have tried to force our way to it. But instead, we stopped, prayed, and listened for that still small voice. And as I've said it before, seeing isn't believing, but believing is seeing. And that's all we've got to do is stop and listen and then try to force our will on a situation. Let God take the wheel. He's going to turn bad situations into good situations again and again and again. That's just what happened today. That's what I'm just saying. The Bible verse is Psalm 65. And as far as the question, how often do you find yourself in these perfectly imperfect situations? Do you find yourself trying to forge ahead, or do you try to just let Jesus take the wheel? God bless you.